Good evening, class. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to session of supply chain management simulation briefing session. In our today's lecture, we'll discuss the simulation briefing that is a part of your internal assessment. So I hope all of you are doing great. And in the previous lecture, if you can remember, just try to recall our previous lecture. We were discussing about what exactly we mean by supply chain management, what exactly we mean by operations management, difference between OM and SCM. Couple of interesting examples we discussed like Apple, Walmart, some manufacturing firm, or the kind of work pattern that all the companies are having. So all this kind of discussion that we had. Sustainability was the one topic, if you can recall. So in the sustainability, we had a discussion of Walmart, we had a discussion of Hero Motocorp, and how the sustainability practice that they are using in their company. So that was a brief introduction about the previous lecture. And now in today's lecture, we'll be more discussing on the supply chain management simulation briefing part. That is a part of your internal assessment. So let's quickly go through the simulation. This is nothing but the roadmap, the session journey that we have. So today we'll start with the HBR simulation briefing session. Next 5th of August, we'll discuss demand and the supply planning, followed by a sourcing, manufacturing and quality, inventory, warehousing and the distribution. And finally 14th August, we'll discuss HBR simulation debriefing session. So which are the strategies that you could use or you can use in your simulation? That was the main objective behind of your debriefing. We'll also discuss about your results overview and your experience sharing. So what exactly we mean by simulation? Anyone? Any idea? Why do we require simulation game? What is the purpose of a simulation? Why we are including simulation in a part of your internal assessment? For decision making, yes, possible. For strategies, yes, perfectly right. So see, simulation is nothing but a kind of ecosystem that you are creating for a practice decision making in a very safe setting, in a safe environment. You are experiencing the new role of strategies firsthand. So you become a CEO of the company, you become a CEO of the company, and you understand what execution look like in the realistic business setting. So you will be operations management, you will be a marketing manager, and you will just wear the cap of supply chain manager and CEO of the company, and you will take a different type of decision. The best part in this simulation is to see the result, your decision, and the revise them systematically. That is the beauty of a simulation. So once you make the decision, what is the impact of your decision? Okay, on your outcome. So whether my performance is increasing or not, or whether my cost is reducing, whether my inventory level is reducing or not, or whether I have a proper coordination in my supply chain partners or not. So you will see the result of your decision and you can revise it as well. So maybe in the first round, you will not able to revise that, but in the second round, maybe you can change your, I can say, decision, and you can make a systematic change in your next simulation as well. So that is the main motivation, because see, if you directly implement your idea in a real life situation, it will cost you. Okay, so some kind of cost will be associated with that. So it is better directly not getting into that real life experience. Can we have a dummy game? Can we have a dummy experience? Can we have a dummy environment where you can take the decision and you can use your decision power just to change the company? And that is what the bonus all the NMIMS students who enroll in this entire operations and supply management course. So online business simulation from the HBR are known to offer a powerful experimental learning to MBA students. We are including this simulation as a part of our endeavor to give you a more global learning experience. So rather than giving you some small assignment, rather than giving you some kind of case studies, we always think some innovative, we always think some kind of innovation and to give it to you the best practice available in the market. So HBR, we had a tie-up with HBR, and you will see the amazing result that we are seeing over a period of time. So this is almost third or fourth year where I am taking these subjects, where I am taking this simulation, and every time we got a very good response of this simulation. So such a nice, beautiful decision-making powers that you have in this entire simulation. So the name of the simulation is the Global Supply Chain Management Simulation. This is the name of the simulation game that we will use for our curriculum. This simulation take you through the virtual real world of an organization where you understand the integrated impact of supply chain on the organization's profit and loss balance sheet or profit and loss account. So ultimately, when you are making some decision, whether it is going in the positive direction or whether it is going in a negative direction, that you will come across whenever you will take such kind of decision. So remember that while simulation is quite simple, but in the real world, the problem could be more complex than the situation we are discussing in a simulation. What is the reason behind that? The real world problem is slightly more complex than the simulation. Any thoughts, anyone? Real world problems are more complex than the simulation. Because of multiple stakeholders, fantastic, very good. We can say that because we have a multiple stakeholders in the real life. So you have an external stakeholder, you have an internal stakeholder, and every time whenever you are taking a decision, it is creating direct or indirect impact on your decisions that you are making. And because of that, you will see the situation is quite complex. It is a more complex whenever you go for a real life. Because see, in the simulation, I can handle one supplier, two supplier. I can handle one marketing manager. I can handle one operations manager. But in the real life, you can see multiple executives that you have, multiple players, multiple stakeholders that are available. And to handle all the stakeholders in a very strategic manner is the most challenging part. Okay, so that is the beauty of the simulation, where maximum decision makings that we will do, but still it is maybe 80%, 90% accuracy. Rest 5 to 10% you always have a difficulties in your real life. Now the challenge that exactly you will face to make decisions to accurately predict and fulfill demand to ensure that both market requirement as well as the shareholders requirements of a profitable organizations are met, keeping in the view both complementing and the contradicting objectives of a different functions represented through board members and the external factors, including the variations in the demand during the promotion or the lead period. So multiple things that we are discussing here. So the first stakeholder is the board members that you have. So CEO, CFO, the board of directors that is available, some external members, some government rules and regulations, some internal suppliers, internal customer, external customers. So each and everyone's objective is different. Each and everyone's views are different. So just combine everyone's view is slightly difficult, slightly challenging, and to gather everything on a one simulation is become slightly difficult. So these are some of the challenges that generally we will face. Apart from that, is there any other challenge which you can think as a part of simulation? Have you thought the different challenges that you will face in this simulation? Any thoughts, any simulation thoughts or the challenges thoughts that you will face generally? More or less, I guess we have covered all the practical challenge generally that we have, right? Fine, perfect. So moving forward is your role. This is a very important slide. Okay, so what is your roles and responsibility? You will play the role of supply chain manager responsible for production of a two new line of mobile phone. So consider yourself as a supply chain manager, and you will be responsible for two type of mobile phone, model A and model B. You will able to make a key decision and see the impact of your decision on a performance of your company over a span of 4 years. So that we will discuss year 1, year 2, year 3 and year 4. Which are the different decisions you will take in each year. That part we will cover in the further slide. But I hope till now all of you are clear. What is your roles and responsibility? Your roles and responsibility is nothing but you are responsible for a two line of mobile phone, model A and model B. Now you will make some decision at each and every stage, and you will check the impact of your decision on the performance. So whether your profit margin is increased or not, whether your board of members are happy with you or not over a period of time. You will be responsible from right from the stage of design. So starting from designing of a mobile phone to forecasting, production, sourcing, and finally to make a profitable business. Once again, I'm repeating, starting from designing of a product, forecasting of a product, production capabilities and the sourcing for the same product, and ultimately you will generate the profitability of your product. That is what the beauty of this entire simulation. So at each and every stage, you will make some decision. At each and every stage, you will make some kind of decision. So what is your objective? Your objective is you will be in charge for model A, that is the base model. It's a kind of only keypads are there. There is no high-end rocket science or technology. It's a very basic phone. That is model A. Model B is nothing but the high-end phone. So you can use RAM, ROM, display, touchscreen, which is a very, very high-tech mobile phone that is available. So decide which feature to include and with whom to outsource the work. So whichever feature you will use, that is applicable for both the model. So let's say you want to implement 5G technology. 5G technology will be applicable for model A as well and model B as well. So that decision you will make. That we will see in the actual simulation. So today I will share my screen, the simulation, and I will show you the different decision point that you will come across. Important information. So sales season is a May through December. There is no demand before May or after December. So that also I will share it with you. So before May only, before May we don't have any demand. After December, we don't have any demand. Between May to December, we have a sufficient demand. So demand is anticipated to be consistent over this month. So some kind of consistency that you can expect over a period of time. Now, ultimately, a very important point, how you will be judged. The judging parameter for you, basically it is an internal assessment. So some kind of quantification should be there. So that quantification is nothing but based on the gross margin that you have and the based on the number of votes that you will get from the board member. Once again, I'm repeating, the first parameter is the gross margin that you have. Second parameter is nothing but the number of votes received by or given by a board members. So the more margin you have, the more marks you will get. The more votes you have, the more marks you will get. So these are the two very important key parameter for this entire simulation. I hope all of you are clear till now. Any difficulties, any problem to anyone? Perfect. So I think all of you are clear and we can move forward. So login, username, password. I think most of you must have received that. If you have not received that, don't worry. I think within 24 hours after this lecture, you will get this ID and password from the Upgrade NMIMS team. and you can just log into your website, and finally you will end up to this design room. So let me share my screen to you, how your screen will be look like. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. So left side you can see year one design room, forecasting room, production room, and the board room. These 4 rooms that is available. Most important part is one PDF file is there. Just click on this PDF file and go through that PDF. Okay, this will actually help you to make a better decision. This PDF will help you to make a better decision. So please don't avoid this PDF file. Now the problem supply chain manager is facing. In a recent year, number of new products being introduced has increased drastically or dramatically. At the same time, average life cycle of a products continue to shrink. Many new products become obsolete soon after they hit shelves. So this is available in your PDF. The story is available. Your first day as a supply chain manager. Welcome to mobile phone business. We are looking forward to having a new supply chain manager on a board. My name is Chassis. I am a procurement officer. I will be working for you. Come into my office and have a seat. My first job is to tell you about how things are set up. You are in a charge of releasing 2 mobile phones. I think now all of you are aware about Model A and Model B. Model A is nothing but the base model that you have, and Model B is nothing but the high-end model that you have. Our sales season is a May through December. Now you know that there is no demand before May or after December. And to make things simple, we anticipated demand to be consistent over this month. There are various options that you can add to phones. So that options we will select. Choose carefully, because the options can add or detract from the sales. So as soon as you will add that option, maybe forecasting will change. As soon as you will delete that option, forecasting will change. So you will be very strategic to selection of your option. But don't worry, your team of forecasters will help you with your choice. You will meet them soon. I warn you, though they are unpredictable bunch. One important thing to remember, each option you select is automatically added to both models. So I have already shared it with you. So if you want to start a 5G mobile phone, that 5G technology will be applicable in Model A and Model B as well. Each option you select is automatically added to both models. You cannot add it to just one model. This is a tough game. Jessica, our marketing director, will give you more hints about that. So now I am Jessica, marketing director. In our business, you will manage supply chain by going through the 4 departments annually. Each department has a room that you will visit each year. How it will look like, that we'll see. So forecasting, where you will be predict the demand of 2 phones. So ultimately you are trying to predict with some numbers. Demand is spread out evenly across all the months from May to December. You will enter your estimate in this room. So that we will see. In the production room, you can spread production across 4 suppliers over a 12-month period. After choosing suppliers, you will advance month by month and observe how accurate your forecasts were as you notice actual demand numbers replacing your estimate. So that also I will show you. You will be able to change your production schedule, but this will require a significant payment to your supplier. So the entry that you are making, we can change that entry as well, but you have to pay a very significant amount to your supplier to make that changes. Once you schedule and suppliers are selected, you will enter the most important room. At the end of year, you will enter the boardroom where you will be able to review your financial performance and see how well your strategy choose have played over a period of time. So the suggestions that you are getting will definitely help you out in the next cycle that you will play. I hope all of you are clear till now. So I am starting with this begin simulation. As soon as I will start the begin simulation, you will see total 6 forecasting members are available with you. Total 6 forecasting members are available with you. So these members will help you in the entire forecasting process. Once again, I am repeating, these 6 members will help you in this entire forecasting on the 4 stages. So let's meet the first one, Andrew. So just read about Andrew, what exactly Andrew is thinking about. Just quickly go through what is the thought process of the Andrew. So I have been with the company for the 5 years and I have a good insights on what goes on around here. Next we have Aya. So she is very excited and she is always ahead of the time that we have. So sometime you can just slow her down as well, so that each and every one of you will be on same page. Then we have a third member, Clary. So we are all the forecasting veterans and we hope our forecasting will assist you. Then we have a Lorenzo. So we have some information to share about the 2 models that we want to produce this year. So this personality will help you for a forecasting. So I is sharing some thoughts. Model E is our basic model. We are more confident about the forecasting on this one. So IA is very confident enough for the forecasting for the first model. It is just a basic model. After all, even our competitors are smart enough to figure out. Model B is the upgraded model. While both the models are similar, B is designed to be sold as a high-end model because it is the faster and the sleeker. The margin on these models are naturally higher than those for model A. The problem with our high-end model is that we will need to drastically mark down its price at the end of the year in order to sell leftover unit. We have a 4 existing options that we think will make our products line very competitive. It is your job to figure out which of the 4 options should be selected. Then some price, cost, demand is directly applicable on each model. So by the way, 2 of our team members, Ruth and Brian, cannot join this meeting. They are submitting their forecasting estimates by mail. Since they are not here, they will have no influence on these estimates. So don't worry, you will have enough information to make an informed decision. We will provide you with our best estimate. Enter the design room to see the options available. So I hope till now everyone is clear. The 6 forecasting members are available with you. Now we are entering into this design room. Now just closely observe. The design room, you have a different 6 forecasting members, model A forecasting and model B forecasting. So Andrew is forecasting 63 for model A, Aya is forecasting 54, Lorenzo is forecasting 64, and so on. And what exactly we mean by consensus forecasting? 63 and 33. What exactly we mean by 63 and 33? Is this the average? What is this? The number is all about. 63 and 33. Okay, fine. So basically, class, it is all about the brainstorming number. Okay, which is the collective number from the different uh, shareholders. Okay, the forecasting members. So they collected, they brainstorm, they discuss with each other, and after the meeting, they come up with a one digit, that is 63 and 33. This digit we called it as a census number. It is not the average, it is not the mean, median, mode, but it is just a brainstorming number coming out from that discussion. So I'm just scrolling down. You can see price A for model A, base model B price, cost, profit. So these diagrams are also there. Now the interesting part, right side, you can see some 4-5 options are available. Upgraded communication, exterior material, stylish, and storage. Now, if you just drop down, you will see the discussion from the each forecasting member. The discussion from each forecasting member. So your duty is to go through that each forecasting member. What they talk about their stylish product option, basically. What they talk about upgraded communication, what they talk about exterior material, what they talk about the storage capacity. See, so we have this discussion as well. So as soon as you will select this, you will see the graph will be drawn. So this is how graph is changing. So it is nothing but the combination that you are selecting. Right. Now you will be thinking that how we are selecting this option. Okay, so based on the forecasting members discussion, and the second important criteria is don't go for 3 options or the 4 option. Either you can select the 1 option and the 2 option, because that will actually upgrade your model and the price will be competitive. Otherwise, if you go for all the 4 option or the 3 options, definitely it will increase the price of a product. So you can see the price, it is also changing. So one more thing, upgraded communication and the storage capacity is applicable to both the model. It is applicable to both the model. It is not like it is applicable to only B model and A model. It is not applicable. No, it is applicable to both the model. Second most important thing, as soon as you will select this option and you will submit it, you will not change this option for the entire year. For this entire year one, you will be restricted to upgraded communication and the storage capacity. The software will not allow you to change this option. So whenever you are changing this option, you will make sure that you open your mind, you will thorough your PDF, you will thorough with your forecasting members, and then only you will submit. So you will not able to alter this decision after you submit. So I'm just submitting this. Now coming to the entry part, the demand forecasting, which is a very important part. So for model A, the average demand is 59 from all the 6 members. Standard deviation is 11. For model B, average demand is 29 and standard deviation is 14. And you can see unit price, unit cost, profitability, and the markdown price is also mentioned. So here, based on the average, based on your forecasting members, based on the conscious data which was available previously, I will just enter a number, okay, which is close to your average number, which is close to your previous conscious number. Once again, I am repeating how you will decide this number based on this average, based on the standard deviation, and the based on the previous conscious forecasting. So as soon as you will read that option, it become very easy for you to select this number. Am I clear? So now I'm going for this. You will not be able to change this after this submission. So I'm okay with that. Now, this is another interesting part. So there is a one conference. Okay, would you like to spend $20 lakh just to attend the conference? Because when you attend the conference, you will get some insights, you will get networking, you will get the demand pattern. So some benefit you will get. But just to attend that, you have to pay a very huge amount. That is the annual conference called Caldex. Okay, so as of now, I am not interested for this conference. Okay, because it is costing me a huge amount. So I will just select no. And I will go for a supplier. So finally, we are at the stage where we will select my supplier. This is how your the screen will look like. Now, if you can remember, before May and after December, we don't have a demand. So May month, we required 62. You can see because 62 was the one data entry which I have done for a model A. For model B, I have done the data entry of 32 units. So both the numbers are clearly visible, 62 and 32. Now, my job is to select the supplier. I have a 4 supplier option. The first is far, far away. Second is far away. Third is pretty close. And second is very close. Can you just identify what is the difference between the first and the second, third suppliers? What is the key difference between these 3 suppliers? Any idea? Any thoughts? Anyone? The major difference between these 3 suppliers. So fantastic. The first is the lead time. For the first supplier, the lead time is 4 months. For second supplier, lead time is 3 months. Exactly setup cost for a first supplier, sort of setup cost is $1, and for the second, it is a $2. Similarly, third and fourth. So for third and fourth, you can see capacity is also less, 35K, and fourth is 40K. First and second is almost a 60K capacity. Even setup cost is different, lead time is different, unit cost is different. You can see. So I'm just scrolling down, just check the different options available with us. So as soon as you will done, just let me know, and then we'll move forward. Fine. So now, what I will do, just to reduce a cost, I will go for far away. Okay. And second, I will go for this pretty close. Okay. So somewhere trade-off, I am making lead time 3 months and second is a 0. For the capacity, 60K is good and 35 is good. Setup cost is also 2 and 1. Unit cost is slightly balanced. Now my job is to balance this 62 quantity. For model A, we require 62. So I have to make sure that for this, I will go for 40 and let's say 22. Total is 62. And for this, I can max to max go for 20 because capacity is 60. So this total cannot be more than 60. Okay, so 40 plus 20 is equal to 60. For the next one, demand is 32. So maybe 12 I can use. 12, it is acceptable. So total is 34. I have a capacity of 35. So now here the 3 months of lead time. So if I want product in the month of May, so I can start with a March. I can start with a March. And in this case, lead time is 0. So in the month of May, I can start this. So for the first one, I need to start for February. Now it will be 0. So now you can see product receipt is 62. Estimated demand is also 62. Okay. So there is no negative sign here. Everything is positive, positive. Okay. So you have to make sure that, let's say if I will start in the March, so you will be a shortfall of 40 units. So I will start the production in the month of February because 3 months of lead time you have. So March, April, and in the May month, you will get this product. I hope all of you are clear till now. Because then only I will start this order. So now you will not be able to change the decision after submission of this. So which submission class? I cannot change this value 40, 20 and 22 and 12. This value I cannot change. If I will change this value, I have to pay a huge amount of fees. Once again, I'm repeating, as soon as I will click on this confirm button and the submit button, I will not able to change these 4 values. If I want to change, then I have to pay a huge amount to a supplier to change this value. So as of now, I'm confident. Let's go for a submission. So now I will start my simulation. Just click on advanced 1 month. It will move on. Just look at this arrow. All of you just look at this arrow. It will move further. March to April. Yes. So now it is getting started. Just quickly check. So now let's start this advance 1 month. Interesting. So for model B, initially we got stock out because we have a 32 units. The demand was 33 units. So we were a short of only 1 quantity. But in the case of model A, we estimated 62, but the actual demand was 52. So we still have an inventory of 10 units. We still have an inventory of 10 units. Again, I will move further and again, it's a bad luck. So model B, again stock out. Model A, still we have a huge quantity. So class, in this case, if you think your decision is wrong, you can just click on this issue change order. Just read this. If you just click on the issue change order, you are paying penalty of $20 lakh to a supplier to change this value. See, right now, I am not able to change this. It is logged. I am not able to change this. It is logged by default. But if you think my strategy is not working in the month of May, June, July, then it is advisable to use this 20 lakhs. So as of now, I'm not using that and I will move further. And I can see it is again stock out for the second one. and for model A, we have a inventory, right? Again, I will move further, and there is a one pop-up. So poll shows that high-end tech taking the hold with a consumer, high-end model sales increase by 20%. So for model B, demand is increased by 20%. Now in this situation, you can take a call. You want to change this value or you do not want to change this value. So as of now, I'm thinking that I want to change this value. So I'm just paying the 20 lakh, and now you can see these options are activated. These options are activated. So what I will do, I will just reduce this number to, let's say, 15. Okay, so now total is we have 55 and demand is also close to 55. So that will actually sufficient for us. In this case, I can increase little bit. So instead of 32, now we have 35. 35, maybe 35 is again good one. 35, okay, 36 we can go. Just to avoid the stock out, okay. So now I'm clear for model A, I have reduced it. Okay, 40 plus 15, that is 55. That is sufficient. For model B, it is 36 and demand is somewhere will be 36, right? So I will just confirm the change. Now it is reflected. You can see it is 55, 55, 55, and it is 36, 36, and 36. So the amount which I have paid is now reflected, and I will move further. And again, interesting one. So 55, 53 demand, it's a good one. Model B is also very good. In the case of model A, we have a huge inventory that actually went wrong. Similarly, model A slightly went wrong. Actually, it must be around 40. That's fine. So now we can have friends and the family exchange the handmade craft and the mementos. So high-end model sales slump. So now because of this reason, model A is reducing. So now I am not using the 20 lakhs because only last December is pending. So I will just go further and I will complete this. So now I can go to the review performance. So you can check the gross margin is 25%, which is pretty good. You can check the entire profit and loss, the production cost, inventory cost, gross margin, model A and model B. So let's try to meet our board member because ultimately we will get the comments and the votings from them. Good evening. My name is Mia, chair of the board. The purpose of this meeting is to review your performance. So next we have 4 members: Carla, Ankit, Matthew, and Adela. I agree with you that exterior material was not a good option this year. Why did you not select that option? Because there was no increase in the profit margin, or because the forecasting consensus increase in the demand was not believable? So as of now, I think the profit margin was not increased. So I cannot give you my votes this year. Enough though your choice to leave out the exterior material. I don't think you have prioritize your reason appropriately. That's fine. I think it might have not been to our advantage to select the upgraded communication. So my tip for you to will be look more closely at the different demand forecasting. For this year, I cannot give you vote. So you have my vote this year. So finally, we got the first vote. You seems to have a good intuition about the difference between model A and model B. Allocate of the production for the each model based on the difference. So left side class, you can see the 1 vote, which is clearly visible. But I will not able to give my votes for now. My suggestion is to think more about the when to overproduce. So the one mistake that we have done is model A production, because we had a huge inventory for the model A. So that was actually went wrong in our situation. Then I think you did a good job this year. I will give you my board vote. Your choice regarding the selection of a supplier at the beginning of the year had the paid off. Congratulations. So we got this 2 votes. So we hope that our feedback will help you to plan your production for the next year. Please keep this mind that is no one right answer to success. That is the often impossible to satisfy all the requirement. So it has become very difficult to satisfy all the conditions, but we have tried our best. Overall, you have done a good job considering this is your first year. Looking forward to observe your performance. So now you must be wondering that how many chances that we'll get. So this one game that we have played for a year one, this is how exactly you will get for a 2 years. So total 2 years chance you will get. There is no dummy chance. There is no practice work. Okay. So whichever options you are selecting is a by default important for you. So you will be getting only 2 years, year one and year two. So instead of left side year one, in your profile, it will show year one and year two. So what we'll do, see, this is one option will be generated. Begin year two. So we can start with a year two. So again, I will go for selection of the options. Again, you can check the different options that is available. So storage capacity and the durability is a slightly better options, I think. I will go for a submission. Average is 56, 33. So again, I guess 55 is a good number. And for this, I think we should go for 35 as of now. So 55 and 35 from my past experience. Okay, for the year one. So 55 and 35, let's submit this. So I am not interested for the conference. I don't have a 20 lakh rupees just for the conference as of now. So I will just select no. And I will go for a selection of a suppliers. Selection of supplier is actually good for us. So again, same suppliers I'm interested. So in this case, 55 and 35. So 55 and 35. So 55, let's consider 55, 30 and 25. That is 55. And 35 is nothing but 20. So here we have a 10 only. So we should go for 25 here. So 25 and 10 is 35, which is exactly same. Again, you will go for February. You will go for May. So now you will see it will balance out. So there is no minus value. It is 55, 55, 0, 35, 35, 0. Now you can check. I will confirm and let's start. So first month, again 0, February, March, April, May. So again went wrong. So in the case of model A, the demand was very high, 55 and 66 is again a stock out. Model B, you have a 35 and demand is 23. So 12 inventory you already have. So I think this is the right time to change this, okay, by paying 20 lakhs. So what I will do, I will just increase this to at least 65. Okay, so 65 for this 30, 30 and 20. 20 is, okay, so we'll make it 40. 40 and 65. And for second one, I will go for 30. So let's go for 30. 30 and so let's go for 20. 20 and 10. Okay, so that will be 30. Okay, so I think now I hope this strategy will work. So I have just increased the quantity for model A because in the first situation only we got a stock out. And that is a huge margin. Okay, 55 and 66 is almost 10 units. Similarly, model B, we are over stocking more inventories. So I thought this will balance and confirm the change, advance 1 month. 55, 35. Okay. So let's go for the phone price war. High-end mobile phone sits on the shelves. Major phone hardware companies shares the price. So now they are reducing the price. Okay. So you can see it's not a good strategy. You can see we are at a still overstock. So again, not good, but still we have maintained a good margin, 22% of margin that we have. So let's meet the board of members voting part. So finally we got the first vote. I'm not still satisfied the way you are selecting the option. I cannot give you my votes. Okay. I will not still able to give my votes. Again, I encourage you to look at the trade-off. Okay. I think you select the supplier at the beginning of this year was a very sound decision. Could you tell me the most important reasons why you decide the source of products in this way? So product cost and the lead time were the main factor for this. In the different countries, that could be one options. I will have to withhold my votes. So I'm not completely convinced. That's fine. So again, perfect. So you can see this time you only got a one vote because of this, I can say, production part. Okay, so this went wrong in our situation. But that is how class you will make some strategy, take some time, and that will be in your favor, because right now we are in the a very hurry just to complete it. Okay, use some mathematics, you can use some calculator and find out some cost benefit analysis. This is how the forecasting will room look like, as you are aware about. Demand is spread out evenly across all the months from the May to December, right? After selecting suppliers, you will advance the month by month production we have checked with a more accuracy. Then boardroom performance, left side you can check. So in this case, there will be only 2 years, right? Year one and year two. And this is how your final simulation assessment criteria will look like. So for gross margin, if you have a 100% positive gross margin, 90 to 90, 100 percentile, then 20 marks you will get. And accordingly, the calculation will be there. Okay. Similarly, maximum 20 marks for total possible marks of 40. So 20 plus 20. If 16 votes you will get, then 100% marks, 20 marks. 12 to 15 votes that you will get 80% of a 20. 9 to 11 votes, 70%. And if you are not getting any votes, automatically it will be 0. Similarly, 90 to 100 percentile, the gross margin, 100%, 20 marks you will get. And I said that is the one track record which we have, at least in my subject, from last 3-4 years. We had a very good score. Let me tell you, out of 40 people have scored 35, 34, 36. Most of them are around 30s only, 30, 35, 35, 36, 37. So this is how your entire scoring will be there. The next question, maybe you will be asking that or wondering that, sir, what is the strategy we can use and for the maximum marks. Okay, so what you can do after our 2 to 3 live sessions, demand forecasting and supply forecasting, after that you can start. Okay, that will actually build your understanding of demand forecasting and the supply forecasting. So not immediately you can start, but just wait for a 2 to 3 days when we will complete on the 5th of August. Then you can start with your simulation. But one request to everyone, don't wait for the last few days, because of some technical problem, because of some issues, you make maybe some error is there. So it is always advisable to not to complete this work in the last few days. Keep at least 3 to 4 days of buffer. and then only you will try to complete. So 14th is our debriefing. So around 7, 8, 8th of August, you will make sure that you will complete it. Okay, and that will be great for you as well before this deadline. So that's it from my side, class. Now, if you have any queries, any problem, any difficulties, I would be very happy to solve your questions and the queries. Any problem, any difficulties to anyone? This is what strategy, class, you will use when you are using this kind of simulation. Any questions, any problem, any difficulties to anyone? Clear, very good, thank you so much. So only 2 to 3 parameters, the entire PDF, you just go through that. Whenever selecting the options, just make your mind, take some time, keep your mind very free, very open, think different factors, because right now we have not calculated profit, cost, even we have not checked the forecasting members. Okay, so maybe you can read about the forecasting members, what they're talking, and based on that you will select that option. So chances of voting will be increase. So that's it from my side, class. Thank you so much. It was a fantastic, wonderful discussion, wonderful participation today we had. Next time, whenever we'll meet you, we'll continue with our subjective topics. Good night to everyone and take care of yourself. If you have any queries, any problem, I would be very happy to answer all the queries. So please reach out to me. I will try my best to help you out in your entire journey of operations and supply management. Once again, thank you so much and take care of yourself.